mean, Ace is a pure talent. Being able to shoot the ball with that type of touch from anywhere is insane.
He can take advantage of mismatches. He can handle the ball in pick and rolls. He can catch and shoot. He can defend. I've seen him play elite defense on, chase down blocks.
It just seemed like yesterday to when Ace Bailey first jumped into the scene and became one of the most talented players in all of high school basketball. And while standing at 6'10" at every single level, he's always seemed to have the ability to make tough shots look extremely easy. Now, he's been faced with a lot of criticism over the past year for both on and off the court reasons. But at just the age of 18 years old, despite all the weight on his shoulders, he's still been able to come out on top. This is the Ace Bailey story. Born on August 13, 2006, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Ace Bailey would come up thriving in multiple sports, like baseball, basketball, as well as football. But it was only right that around middle school, he would really start to focus in on basketball, as it was already in his family's bloodline. His mother, Ramika McGee, was a stellar 6'2" forward that was able to play college basketball at West Virginia. His father, Richard Bailey, played college basketball at Houston. But also his aunt Venus Lacey played in the WNBA, but was also a member of Team USA's 1996 Olympic team, where she even won a gold medal. But for Bailey, he would look up to players like Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum, and as he got older, he would take things from their game to emulate towards his arsenal. So coming into high school, he would attend the Boyd Buchanan School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He was already 6'5". He had a nice stroke on his jump shot and showed signs of being a pretty good athlete. But that would all be glimpses of what he had coming in the future, because following his freshman year, he would make the transfer to Atlanta, Georgia, and attend McEachern High School in Cobb County, the same schools that Sharif Cooper and Isaac Okoro attended. And as a sophomore, he would do his thing and slowly started making a name for himself, averaging 20 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks per contest, which ultimately resulted in him being named a first-team Max Prep sophomore All-American. Now, by the time his junior season came around, he was already 6'8". That season, he averaged 22 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, but used his 7-foot wingspan to get 4 blocks per game. On December 2nd, 2022, Ace would simply go off with 36 points, 14 rebounds, and blocked 10 shots in a win over South Cobb. The crazy thing about it was that he did it all in just 3 quarters. Following his junior season, he was already ranked the 4th best player in the entire country according to 24/7 Sports. That summer, he would team up with 5-star Dylan Harper on Team AOT on the Independent for the Radar Circle. The two were simply unstoppable. And since Dylan was already from New Jersey and had already had ties to Rutgers University, as his older brother Ron Harper Jr. had already went there, it was already talk around Dylan possibly playing his college basketball. So because of the on-court chemistry that Ace and Dylan had already had, as well as the off-court bond that they created, the both of them decided to commit to play college basketball at Rutgers University ahead of their senior seasons.
I committed to Rutgers because I'm big on family. My mom loved it, my pops loved it, everybody loved it that was around me, and I'm big on it. They had the best opportunity for me in my education-wise too. So that was the big thing about Rutgers. Other schools that was in the running it was like Auburn, Rutgers, Kansas, Kentucky, Rutgers, and Oregon, and Texas, and South Carolina. That was my top 12. All the schools that recruited me was calling me. They showed love. Everything means a lot. They was calling my mom. But the main two that was really calling my mom and like talking to my mom and was like showing interest heavy was Rutgers and Auburn.
And Ace would continue to show why he was one of the most versatile wings in all of high school basketball. On a gamely basis, Bailey did not fall short of delivering jaw-dropping highlights while also leaving analysts impressed over his complete development as a player. And it was like he became intrigued when it came to taking and making tough shots. Now, the thing that really stood out the most that summer was his playmaking at his size, which really did go on to catch a lot of people off guard. See, it was already clear going into that summer that he already had the athleticism, the shot creation abilities, and the defensive upside. But his passing was truly a new development that scouts really became impressed by. As a senior, the 6'10" forward was able to average 33 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks per game. Bailey would have a plethora of outstanding performances, like when he dropped 33 points on 4 dribbles against Milton High School, or the time when he dropped 40 points and 21 rebounds versus Billy Richmond. Following his senior campaign, he would be selected to play in the McDonald's All-American game. Coming into his freshman season at Rutgers, he would be the highest ranked recruit in Rutgers program history. But on November 15th, he would make his official college debut and put up 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block in a win. On January 2nd against Indiana, he put up a career-high 39 points. For the season, he would average 18 points and 7 rebounds per game. Now, outside of Ace and Dylan, there really wasn't a lot of talent on the team around him. And because of that, they would miss the entire NCAA tournament. But it was already clear that he was one of the most talented shot makers of anybody his size or age. And once he got hot, it was practically nothing you could do to slow him down. Now, during the NBA draft combine, Ace would receive a lot of pushback from NBA media because of his measurements. As at Rutgers, he was listed at 6'10", but during the combine, Bailey was measured at 6'7.5", barefoot. Not too long after, report surfaced that Ace Bailey would not work out with certain teams, like Philly because he wanted to be the man day one, as well as Utah and Charlotte because of their small markets. Now, things would only start to look worse once people started doing some digging and found out who was actually representing Ace Bailey and prompting him to make these decisions. And that so happened to be Omar Cooper, an uncertified agent that so happened represented his son, Sharif Cooper, back in 2021. Now, Omar Cooper was one of the main reasons why Sharif Cooper was held out and ineligible to play at Auburn. So it just wasn't a good look for Ace Bailey. But on June 25th, 2025, Bailey would hear his name as he would be selected 5th overall.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Arius Ace Bailey from Rutgers University.
Yeah, the question with Ace Bailey was never about his talent, but simply where would the Big Ten...
In his first Summer League game, he would only put up 8 points, but made the bounce back in Game 2, silencing the critics after putting up 18 points, with several highlight reel finishes and dynamic shooting from deep. Now, he would have missed the rest of the Summer League due to a hip flexor injury. Ace Bailey has all the necessary tools in his game to be the best player in this draft class. And despite all the outside noise, if this kid truly buys in, we can very well be looking at a future NBA superstar.
What's your overall thoughts about getting selected by the Jazz?
Just a blessing. I mean, to look kid at me smiling hard right now because I know the hard work, the sacrifices, the blood, the sweat, the tears, not just from me, but my family put into this. So to look at me and just smiling at me right now. So I'm just blessed to be here.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ace Bailey story.